and welcome back to Sapphire Kiss and Tell, where we review just for you. And I'm back with a quick review of Secret and Lies on ABC. We're at episode 8, season 1, The Sun. Where are you? Have you not been watching? Are you serious? You don't know what's going on with Ben and Christy and Tom and Natalie and Abby? Let's just pause. Well, you can catch up on Hulu Plus or ABC's website, and you can catch up with my reviews because they're all here. Just click on Sapphire Kiss and Tell. But this week's Sunday night was another explosive night. Okay, it was explosive. Ben has lost everything. Everything. His wife is gone. She's taken the kids. It's Christmas, and Detective Cornell gives him a Christmas Eve gift from hell. She has a video of him going to Jess's the night that Tom was killed. Oh my God. How much worse can it get, Ben? So Ben wakes up the next morning to a reality that he is the prime suspect. There's no way around it. All fingers point to you, Ben. So he goes to his lawyer's house on Christmas, and they're opening up the gifts, and the lawyer looks up, and the wife is giving him a look like, who is this? You ain't know what day it is. But his attorney is well aware of Ben's emotional state because the Detective Cornell sent him the video as well. He tells Ben, two things has to happen. You have to either explain what happened that night and why you're headed to the dead boy's house before he gets killed, or you take a plea, because they're going to charge you. Now, we have about a week is what his lawyer explains, because you bought yourself a week by exposing the lab. He exposed the lab last week to some crooked stuff when they were working with the crooked reporter. So he's bought himself about a week, but it's inevitable. You will be charged with the murder of Tom. So he has to go home and has to deal with that reality. Now, meanwhile, back at the ranch, his homeboy brings him some Christmas cheer. He's at the house by himself, of course, and one thing he does is he stops on his way back to his house and he talks to Jess, and he says, he wants to know what's going on. And she's there with her sister, and the neighbor, the black neighbor, kind of having a conversation. And sister says, you of all people are here. Now, I feel some type of way about her because remember, Jess, she slept with your husband. So sister ain't no saint, and Ben should have pumped her right then and been like, hey, don't judge me, don't come up here with your judgeation. Okay, is that a word, judgeation? Well, anyway, so Jess tells him that she's trying to work it out. I mean, her son's dead, so she's trying to work things out with her sister. And he asks her, I need to ask some questions on what happened that night. And she was like, well, nothing really, and then she says, well, maybe one thing. And then the sister comes and snatches her away. Oh, can Ben get a break? So Ben goes home. His homeboy comes over and says, look, I brought some Christmas cheer. So the Christmas cheer is that he's the one who went back and got that flashlight when Christy, let's pause there, his wife put Detective Cornell on to the fact that he hid it, which happened last week. You should go back. You got to go back and watch if you didn't watch, because they were all out there with the metal detectors but couldn't find the flashlight. Come to find out, my man went back and got that flash. He thought about saying, hey, Kristen said she saw you out there. Your little explanation of taking a leak, that ain't gonna fly. So I went back and got it. So he dug it up. So then they go back to the place where he was held during his interrogation from his neighbor, and they hide the flashlight again. Hopefully this flashlight will not return. So he's still, he's thinking, he said, I'm not going to be able to get out of this if I cannot figure out what happened that night. And so his friend says, okay, you know what? I got to come clean. That night you were in such a bad situation, because that's the night that Christy says, did you cheat on me? Have you ever cheated on me? Just all out the blue, Have you ever cheated? Ben comes clean about his one night with Jess. She puts him out the house that night, tells him he has two options. Either he leaves or she's packing up the kids and they're leaving. And so he's just stressed. He goes to his friend. His homeboy's like, let's just go out and get some beers. Well, the homeboy, hazardous homeboy, that's what we're going to call him, hazardous homeboy, drugs him. So that's why Ben has not been able to remember what happens that night. It's because he drugged him. Now Ben is furious. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. You drugged me. That's why I can't remember what happened. He's been going crazy all this time trying to figure out what happened to him that night. And all along, you knew why I didn't know. But he had the right intentions. He just wanted him to kind of forget. They called Christy the Ice Queen for good reason. Okay? And so he is in the bar. He's acting erratic. And that's why he can't remember what happened. So now we got this little bit of information that I've been drugged. Now let me go to putting this picture back together again. And so that's what they do. They go back and his friend says, like we always say, go back. If you want to find your keys, how you lost your keys, what you do? Retrace your steps. So they retrace their steps of that night. And he was acting a fool. But they get explanations to so many questions that we have. Like, why did he call Jess that night? When he dialed the wrong number, we remember that from a couple of episodes ago. Well, he was calling to warn her about Christy, that Christy was on to their one night stand. So that answers that question. Then we go back and we're in the bar and he's showing a picture around of his son. Well, he didn't know Tom was his son. And why did he have a picture of Tom in his wallet? Well, it wasn't Tom. It was the ultrasound of the baby that Christy got rid of. That's the picture that he was showing everybody, the ultrasound. So that question was answered by us going back. And so then he has to leave the bar and he goes on and it hits him. Why he went over to Jess's house that night was because he saw the tricycle in the yard. He went over, again to warn her that Christy is coming because Christy's on to us. And he goes to the back door. Tom is up. Mom is asleep on the couch and Tom is kind of up. And he tucks Tom back into the bed and he discovers a little tooth that Tom has lost and they're talking. And so he gets the tooth, he puts the money under the pillow and he leaves. So that explains why he was in the house. So that question is answered. So Ben is just over it. Ben is tired. So he gets with his lawyer. He says, look, I'm going to go and I'm going to tell Detective Cornell everything I got. I'm going to put it all on the table. Now, of course, the lawyer has to warn him that this could come back against him. But, okay, boom, let's do it. So he goes and he explains everything to Detective Cornell, who, of course, still has the stank eye on him like, you know that I can use this against you, right? You know we probably finna charge you, right? So it's all out there on the table what happens. And it kind of, I can understand Ben's perspective that at least I know I didn't kill this boy. I know what happened to me. I know how I ended up in that house. I know what happened. And that kind of becomes a sigh of relief. That lifts the burden. So then his attorney says, okay, you know what? I got two ways to play this. Either we can go ahead and have you, plead whatever, or I can paint a different picture of the scenario. Okay? That's what a good attorney does. He offers alternatives. And the alternative is, you know how I'm your lawyer, right? Got that $2,500 cashier's check. He's like, yeah, but I don't know where it came from. Well, it came from your wife. How you figure that we ain't got no money? Yeah. Y'all got some money. You right. Y'all don't got no money. But she got some money. And she paid me. And you think she would take her last $2,500 and put it on your cheater? Well, bruh, please. Here's the scenario. Your wife found out about your situation with Jess. And she's setting you up. And it all makes sense because it's got to be an inside job. Now, of course, I think we only have like one more episode left. So we should find out who killed Tom real soon. But I'm thinking, hey, that scenario makes sense. Whoever is setting up Ben had to be on the inside. I mean, the flashlight, the police knowing all of these intimate details. Christy, we got our eye on you. So Ben is tearing up the house because the lawyer says she got a whole lot of money. Yeah, I'm checking her out. Goes in there, goes up to the attic, boom, opens up a case full of them Benjamins. Stacks. She's setting you up, cuz. We gotta wait till next week to tune in to see what's gonna happen on Secret and Lies. Go back, catch up if you ain't been watching. It is awesome. I need you to rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel, Sapphire Kiss and Tell, where we review just for you, and I'm gonna keep bringing it to you, baby. Get you some joy and give you some joy. It always pays off.